We just took a beautiful trade live on QQQ and I'm going to break it down for you on this board. So you're going to want to save this video because I'm going to show you exactly what we did. All right. First things first is I am looking at the pre-market data, right? What is happening in the pre-market? And I'm looking at this for a few reasons. I need this to get my pre-market high and pre-market low levels, but I'm also aware of what's happening. So currently in QQQ this morning, there was an extreme drop in pre-market, like a really steep drop to the downside. So what my thought process is that when market opens, I'm not just going to jump into a put because of the fact that, hey, they may anticipate that a lot of people are going to do that. And in this case, my friends, it did make that nice push down, as you can see here, got people excited and got them hurt right here. So this is a clear reason why I don't just jump into anything. So now what I like to do is I like to mark my pre-market low, which is the lowest point during that pre-market time. So I just simply have my horizontal tool and I make my line here. So what I'm looking for after I get my pre-market low and market is open, now I like to see a break and a hold of that level. And here you can clearly see we get a break and what they call a retest of the pre-market low. So once we see this break of pre-market low, now I see a trend. I don't just jump into anywhere. I like to see that there is a trend forming and you can clearly see it's a nice trend to the downside. One more thing you need to know when it comes to the market is not moving just in a straight line down or a straight line up. It moves in a series of impulse moves down and pullbacks. So here we have our trend, but what I want to point out to you is this clear flag that is forming here. And this is a lovely sign to possibly get into a play. All right, so now we see we have the flag created and we see the break of the flag, which I enter here on the opposite side of the break of the flag. And you know I don't like to get into a trade without having my stop loss, and your stop loss is simply on the other side of the break of that flag. What I want to point out to you too, we have news that's happening at 10 p.m. So what I was able to do in this case is to be able to take this trade all the way down here, knowing that news was coming out, and take profit here. We all see this crazy green candle here with all this volume. That is the 10 o'clock news candle. And we already anticipated the news because we check it every morning, and I'm going to show you where on TradingView right now. So this is how you find the news. Under the target, you hit the little calendar here and it will pop up all the news from the day. This is simply inside the news calendar on TradingView, and as you can see here, the 10 o'clock time frame or the 10 o'clock news had a high importance, and I know this because of this visual here. So the PCE numbers came out, and at this time, my friends, we knew, and we took our money and ran and let the market do what it do. I hope you learned something new today. And listen, I have been a teacher in elementary school for over 15 years, and teaching is literally my passion. So if you want to actually learn